teach us about systems or something.
Teach us about systems.
Done. You sound so enthusiastic and happy too.
What's
I need to play the Be Happy song for you. Don't worry.
Don't
be happy.
worry.
Harrison.
Happy now.
Systems are gonna make you happy. No, they won't.
No, they won't.
Okay, let's go through some things that we talked about on 108, because remember the last lesson we had was actually on Thursday, because we're pretending like we didn't do this already. So, what is a system? What do you remember? What's a system? This is like, we've been not talking about this.
It's a math equation.
System is what? One problem
with two or more linear equations.
Two or more linear equations.
Linear equations.
Linear and linear, same thing. Potato and potato,
Same
and tomato and tomato.
Green.
Linear and linear.
And live and live.
Live and live. Okay, so what is the system?
Like Larry.
Two equations on same problem. Yeah, this we know. Two equations on the same problem. And linear equations, or linear equations, because they are lines. Now, what is the solution to a system? Solution.
Where they meet up, the point where they meet up.
Where they cross, where they meet, where they intersect.
Go paper.
So the solution is where the lines cross. Alright, so here's a couple things that we need to know so we can communicate math and algebra stuff. So when I say what is a system, you gotta be like, it's two equations, two lines. What's the solution? It's where they cross. What if they just don't cross because they are parallel? Then our solution is what?
It's no solution.
Yeah, if the solution's where they cross and then sometimes they don't cross, that's when we can have no solution. And if the solution's where they cross and I happen to give you two lines that happen to be right on top of each other, then what?
Infinite solution.
Infinite solutions, or infinitely many. So I got 3 blanks there for infinitely.
Solutions.
Infinitely many solutions. So there we go.
Minimum.
The solution, if you crossed, you got one solution, and that's an ordered pair. That's an x comma y. That's a location for the crossing spot. But sometimes they do this and they don't cross. No solution. Sometimes they're on top of each other. Infinitely many solutions. We have system names. So I shortened this up. I went to this one page. System names. Now, parallel lines, as you can see, they have the same slope. That's what makes them parallel. This is called inconsistent system. If you have no solution, it's a crappy system. We call it inconsistent. So if I can fit this on here with a Sharpie. So, yeah. It says inconsistent. I'm going to have to try it on the pencil. Inconsistent system has how many solutions?
No solution.
No solution. No solution. Inconsistent system has no solution. It's parallel lines. And you can always know, if you're looking at 2y equals mx plus b's, and you're like, man, those lines got the same slopes, but different y-intercepts, that's an inconsistent system. They are not going to cross. I'm not even going to waste my time trying to figure it out.
Are there two R's in parallel? Or one?
P-A-R-A.
Okay, gotcha.
L-L-E-L. Yeah, that's just, that's just my handwriting.
Kind of looks like two R's.
Yeah, P-A-R-A-L-L. Parallel line.
Hurrah!
All right, let's go over to this one. That looks like one line to you. That's actually two lines. It's just they happen to be on top of each other because they're the same equation.
Wow.
So this was called dependence. It's a dependent system. You kind of need to know these because sometimes you're working it out and instead of seeing infinitely many solutions, the answer will just be dependent system. So you're like, man, I've got two lines that are the exact same. It's infinitely many solutions. What was the name of that system? Dependent. At the very least, be able to go back to your notes until you got this remembered. Infinitely many solutions. So infinitely many solutions. And same line. This happens when those equations give you the same line. Dependent system. They're crossing everywhere. Infinitely many solutions. And this last one, this is what we normally expect to happen. Is a regular old consistent system. Consistent system. Same line up there. All right, consistent system has how many solutions?
One.
One. That's when we cross. That's location. One, that is two different lines. Here's one way you know you're going to get a consistent system. If the slopes are different at all, in any way, they will definitely cross. 3 and 2, they'll definitely cross. That's one way you know. Look at the other two. Parallel lines, same slopes, different y-intercepts. Same line, you have same slopes, same y-intercepts. So if your slopes are the same, you're going to get one of these. If your slope is any bit different, you will have a solution. Okay, this first one's Taylor. As soon as I give it to him, he's got 3 seconds. All right, here we go. And the clock says 3, 2, 1.
Kobe.
Ooh.
Hey, I told you Kobe
Pull
don't
the
work.
LeBron.
We'll get them all in a minute. I don't even know if you got the shot off. We'd have to replay it.
Dude,
I got fouled. Got fouled.
Got
your arm cramped.
Everyone saw it.
Got fouled by the
Fouled.
ghost. Okay, example 1. Example 1.
the ghost of Bob Marley. Cramp your stop.
He will. He'll do
This is
that.
a lot of notes.
Really?
It's a few examples. Really, I just wrote really big. It's 3 problems.
Oh.
Okay, now all the instructions, so when you go back and you're going, I don't know how to do it, but everything we're going to do is right here. It's like a recipe for how you solve this kind of problem. Alright, for substitution. Remember today we're doing substitution. The first thing we did was graph it, and that's not what we're going to do every day. Every time you see a system, you don't want to have to graph it, because you're going to graph it and then say, oh, it crosses around 2, 5. And then you're going to multiple choice and have 2, 5, and 3, 5, and 3, 4. So, because of accuracy, you don't want to graph every time. Alright, what we want though, here's how you know a system is set up for substitution. Look at it and ask yourself, is one of them, at least one of them, y equals or x equals? What is this top one? Y equals. Good. Substitution is going to work good here. Elimination is the next one we're going to do, and we'll talk about that one tomorrow. But this one says y equals, substitutions want to work great. Here we go. The first equation is y equals 8x minus 1/2, so we're going to use it first. What I want you to do is circle the right side. This is the one we're going to use. This is the y equals. So we're going to circle the right side. Substitution is all about circling and then subbing. So circle this. The next thing I want you to circle is look in the other equation and find the letter y. Circle it. Here's our substitution. I want to take all of this junk right here and I want to sub it in where that circle is. So draw an arrow from here to here. So substitution means find something to circle, y equals, circle it, and sub it into the other equation. And now it's rewrite time. I want you to rewrite, I'll put stars right here, telling you it's time to rewrite that equation. However, instead of writing the letter y, don't write a y at all. What am I going to write in place of this y?
0.
8x minus
8x minus 1/2.
That's what I said.
Yeah, 8x minus 1. There we go. So I start out with 9x equals, I don't need to put parentheses because I have no coefficient, 8x minus 1/2 plus 2 1/2. Now you have an equation that does not have a y in it at all. This means if you can solve this, you're going to find out really quickly what x is. Now let's CLT. CLT these fractions right here. What's negative 1/2 and 2 1/2?
2.
It's 2. So this is now 9x is 8x plus 2. And this is going to work out great because when you move this 8x, what's that going to do over here? It's just going to become x. That's great. That means you're done. Minus 8x, and you end up with x equals 2. Now understand, 2 is not the answer to the problem. 2 is
Half the answer.
part of the answer. Remember, where we cross is an ordered pair x comma y. You've just found the x comma part. So down here at the bottom, the solution is the ordered pair 2 comma something. The question is, how do we find that y? Once you've got the 2, x is now 2. In this system, you now have permission to replace the letter x anywhere that it's convenient for you with the number 2. So go back up to the top. Go back where we started. And look at the original system. We're going to throw an x out and put a number in. Which one looks like simpler for us to use?
Top.
Top one. All right, so y equals 8 times
2.
2 minus 1/2. So y equals 8 times 2 minus 1/2.
15.5.
Yep, y equals 8 times 2 minus 1/2. So that is 16 minus 1/2, so it is
15.5.
15.5 or 15.5. Or 15.5. And so I guess we can slide a 15.5 right in here. 15.5. Now I'll just put this in, show you some of the other options. 8 times 2 minus 1/2. Yeah, that's the other one I'm looking for. So obviously there's 31/2 is an option. If you hit toggle, 15.5 is an option. Toggle right it's back. Or do the conversion here, 15.5. So there's three things it could look like if you're looking for a multiple choice answer. 15.5, 15.5, or 31/2. Okay, this one's tight. As soon as she gets it, we'll give it 3 seconds. Okay, here we go.
Mine's gonna be like
And so 3, 2, 1. Oh,
Closer than
no
6.
shots. No shots going in today.
Hey,
Mine was like
I
way
used
too
all
high.
my luck out there, so I can't.
Use all the luck.
Yeah.
She didn't
I bet I could
say.
make it from
I didn't say it, but I knew I was gonna.
And then Dalton
here.
hurt
Let me
me.
pick this up.
Okay. Good.
The dog was barking.
Ew.
I heard the dog bark.
What? That
Go.
was a travel.
Okay, here we go.
When
I made it.
He never dribbled,
Travel.
I made it.
never
Travel.
dribbled.
Here's your second system.
Charger.
Second system up. This way. This
you
way.
go through your legs.
All right. We need, for substitution, you need at least one y equals or an x equals. What do we have on this problem?
Why?
We have no y equals, but we actually have 2y equals, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, when you've got 2y equals, what I would suggest, just to keep it so you don't have to go, what should I do when I have 2? Let's just always circle the bottom one. It doesn't matter really, but let's just go, let's circle the bottom one. And then let's arrow it up to the y right here. So when we have both of them are in y equals mx plus b, or both of them are in y equals, let's just go to the bottom one and say, this is my circle. And then I'm subbing it in up here. So I'm going to rewrite the top equation. But I'm not going to write the letter y. Instead, what I'm going to write?
4x.
4x. So, and now this equation is now, instead of y, it is 4x equals what? That's 3. There we go. You've got an equation now that doesn't have the letter y in it. It will help you find the x. So this one's really, really easy. Let's just go ahead and
X equals -3.
yep, we'll move this through x and you're done. You don't even have to divide a coefficient off just like last time. X is -3. And you're done. That is the x part. If you go way down bottom, that's the x part of this answer. It's -3 comma something. Now I've got to find the y. Now when you find the x is -3, what does that give you permission to do? Sub in the number
-3 for x.
for x, anywhere that you want to. And I'm telling you where you want to is you want to go back up top and find one of these original equations that looks the easiest. Top one or bottom one? Wait, I heard some top and some bottom.
I say top.
Either one's going to work for you. The bottom to me would be simpler. So 4 times -3 is -12. But if you thought the top, 3 times -3 is -9.
Minus 3 would
-12. So then y is -12. So I'm just going to write it right here. 4 for y equals 4 times -3. Y equals -12. There's your y answer. And remember, your answers should always go in an ordered pair. X, then y. And also remember, on multiple choice problems, if you find x is -3, look at your A, B, C, D answers. And if there's only one that's -3, save some time. You're done. That's it. The -3 can't be right here, though. It's got to be the first number. Okay, Brian from far away.
Oh, Brian.
You ready? You ready? The assist is coming to you, and then you got 3 seconds before the buzzer goes off.
If I need one.
Hey, coach,
There we go. 3, 2, 1, And
Not
0
an
for 3 today. 0 for 3 today. I'm with you.
John's not
I lost out on.
existing,
I've got no assist on my stats
I'm
today.
on for
Coach,
orange.
I told you.
He
Not
walked
a
us.
basketball player.
I know. I'm not either. I gotcha.
Baseball and football.
Yep.
Track.
Okay, here we go. Last system on these notes today. Here's what you want. Ideally, here's what you want for substitution. I want one of these equations to say x equals or y equals. I'm gonna look at it. Do I have that?
You can move the.
Right, I can,
slide
yeah.
over,
I can, but right now,
But no, you don't.
I don't. So here's your thinking, and this is all written on the right side. This is not set up for substitution. It's not set up for anything right now. But we gotta solve it. So here's where you wanna look. Look at the coefficients of your letters. I got a coefficient, I got a coefficient, I don't have a coefficient, I got a coefficient. The place that you need to take your eyes to is one of the pieces that doesn't have a coefficient. So you have this one right here. This is where I want you to bring your eyes. We want x equals. So we can easily get it by doing what?
Plus
Moving the
6y each
6y
side.
over.
Yeah. They didn't give us an x equals. But we can earn an x equals by just moving this business over there. Add 6y to both sides. We're basically going to tweak the bottom equation so that we can use the substitution method. They didn't give us a good situation, so we're going to make it a good situation. Now I got x equals 6y minus 2. And I'm going to cross this out. I have just tweaked the equation, and I don't want this equation in there anymore. This new equation that I made is better. Now this is my system. Now I'm set up for substitution, which starts with finding something to circle. What gets circled?
The 6y minus 2.
6y minus 2 gets circled. Now, this is different though. We have been circling y equals equations this whole time. You have now circled an x equals equation. So I'm going to draw this up to what arrow or what letter?
X.
X. X equals this circle. So I'm going to draw up and replace this right there. X equals this junk. So replace this. And here comes the rewrite. Starts out with 1/2 x, but instead of 1/2 x, it's going to be 1/2, and I got to put that junk in a parenthesis. So 6y minus 2 in a parenthesis. Plus 4y equals 20. So this is a rewrite of this equation, but the letter x has been replaced with this parenthesis of stuff. And you have an equation now that does not have an x in it at all. You solve it, you find out the y part of your answer. Here it goes. Start by doing what? Letter D.
That'd be 3y
Yeah, distribute. It is going to be 3y.
minus 1.
Yep, 3y minus 1 plus 4y equals 20. Follow distributing with what? Distribute, and then what do we need to do on the left side?
Combine like terms.
Combine like terms. So you got 3y and 4y is 7y minus 1 is 20. I do like the fact that you're getting ready to add 1 to the other side because 21 is a lot friendlier number.
21.
21 goes with 7, it's a lot better. Plus 21 is my favorite number.
21 is your favorite number?
21 is my favorite number. It's good.
Because it's my basketball number.
It's exactly.
20's way better.
What's your favorite number, Harrison?
20.
20?
No.
2, 0.
Do you know? Yeah, one.
Probably 12.
Do you know why?
Because he was 12 and he thought I had
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's like when I was 12, I was like, I've
That's
accomplished
IQ
everything
level.
I want to in the world. It's my favorite number forever.
You do.
Divide both sides by 7, and what's y? 3. 3. Now, let's be really smart with this. Y is 3. That is half of your answer, but which half?
The second
The
half.
right half.
Yeah, the right half. So if this was multiple choice, you want to look at your 4 answers and find the one where this number is 3, because you might be done. Let's say that you got 2 of them, though, which is always the case. You need to find x. So what do we now have permission to do?
Put that as a y anywhere.
Yep.
Anywhere. So go back up to the top, and let's find the most convenient spot for us to replace a y with a 3. Up here or right here? Bottom. This is easy. Okay, so x is 6 times 3, so 18 minus 2,
16.
16. So x is 16. All right, then.
Play half game.
Yay, we're done.
X is 6 times 3 minus 2. So 16 comma 3. And that is it. Alright, so last shot goes to.
I get a redo.
Does he get a redo?
No.
Yes.
Does Keaton get it or does Brady get it?
I don't want it.
Keaton's hurt.
We had
I
Isaac
say
get it.
Maggie gets it.
Redo.
Maggie get
Let Isaac get it. Isaac got it.
Isaac got
Isaac,
it.
you got 3.
Isaac, take
We'll go Harrison. He's got to shoot it over the stuff over there though.
You already
You already made it one.
I know, but this one is for like the game right here. This is the last shot. There we go. And 3. And you got to make it over Taylor's head. 2. 1. There you go in. There it goes in.